Imagine standing barefoot on asphalt, watching flames devour your home like a bonfire at a twisted neighborhood barbecue. The stink of gasoline choking the air while your so-called community leader smirks from behind yellow tape. But here's the kicker. That fire wasn't an accident. It was petty revenge from a clipboard-wielding tyrant who thought rules were her personal weapon. And me? I wasn't just any victim. I was the federal judge she just handed a lifetime supply of karma on a silver platter. My name's Elias Thorne, and I rolled into Willow Creek Estates 4 months back, snagging the last grandfathered house on the block, the one that dodged the HOA noose back in the 70s. Freedom, baby. No mandatory mulch colors. No fines for parking your truck wrong. Just me, my beat-up Jeep, and a yard I mowed when I damn well felt like it. The place was a quiet suburb in suburban Ohio. All manicured lawns and white picket fences hiding the kind of passive-aggressive hell that brews in HOA meetings. Folks smiled at block parties but whispered about violations like they were confessing sins. Enter Barbara. Call me Barb Hargrove, HOA President Extraordinaire. Picture this, mid-50s, helmet hair that screamed. I peaked in 1995, always in khakis and a sweater set that matched her perpetual scowl. She ruled with an iron fist wrapped in community standards, quoting bylaws like scripture. From day one, she eyed my house like it was a weed in her prize rose bed. Mr. Thorne, welcome to Willow Creek. She cooed at my doorstep that first week, thrusting a welcome basket of stale muffins and a glossy HOA brochure. We're all about unity here. Joining would really elevate your property value. Her smile was all teeth, no warmth, like a shark in pearls. Thanks, but no thanks, I muttered, grabbing the muffins and easing the door shut. I could hear her huff through the wood. Big mistake. Apparently. The rumors started subtle. Whispers at the mailbox cluster about that new guy who's too good for rules. Then the fines rolled in like junk mail. Unapproved garden gnome, $1.50. Never mind, I didn't have gnomes. It was a bird feeder from the previous owner. Mailbox height violation. 1.3 inches low, $1.75. I measured it twice. It was spot on. I tossed them in the trash, figuring silence was golden. But Barb wasn't done. She escalated to noise complaints when I was out of town on business, citing my blaring TV at 2 a.m. Neighbors I'd never met shot me dirty looks, thanks to her email blasts painting me as the block's delinquent. Kept my cool. See, I'd been through the rumor mill before in my old job as a prosecutor. I'd seen reputations shredded over nothing. Folks assumed I was some reclusive writer or IT guy, but I was actually Judge Elias Thorne, U.S. District Court, handling everything from fraud to civil rights. I observed, noted every petty jab, and waited. Patience is a judge's best friend. But when a certified letter arrived threatening a lien for non-compliance with aesthetic guidelines, I fired back with my own note, challenge accepted, short, sweet, and dripping with the calm before the storm. Turns out, Barb took it literally. I was pulling an all-nighter in chambers when my phone buzzed. Neighbors text, "Your house is on fire." By the time I screeched up, it was an inferno. Firefighters hosing down what was left of my life. The air reeked of accelerant, not faulty wiring. And there was Barb, clipboard in hand, feigning sympathy behind the tape. "Oh, Elias, what a tragedy. Probably that old electrical you never had inspected. If only you joined the HOA, we mandate safety checks by our approved guys." Her voice was sugar-coated venom, eyes darting like she was calculating her next fine. I stepped close, voice low. You screwed up, Barb. She tilted her head, fake concern cracking. Excuse me? You just arsoned a federal judge's home. Her blink was priceless, like a deer in headlights realizing the truck was driven by justice itself. Detective Lena Vasquez showed up 45 minutes later, her no-nonsense boots crunching through the charred debris. She was sharp, Latina with a gaze that could laser through lies. Judge Thorne, she greeted, skipping the small talk. Timeline, in court till midnight. Check my logs. But here's better. Neighbor's ring cam caught two hooded figures with gas cans, one fumbling a lighter like an amateur pyro. I handed her a USB. Copies for you, FBI, and DOJ. Belt and suspenders. You know, she pocketed it without a word, but her jaw tightened. Suspects. Wouldn't dream of speculating, I said dryly. But that back gate, pushed so hard it splintered. Prints galore. Untouched. She nodded, radioing for forensics. While they taped off the scene, I crossed to Old Man Harlan, the retired mechanic next door, rocking on his porch with a thermos of black coffee. He passed me a mug without asking. Saw the whole damn show, he grumbled. Tripped on my grandkid's scooter, hood flipped. It was Ted Grimes, HOA VP, that slimy handyman wannabe. And Barb, laughing like hyenas. Teach him to snub our standards, she said. You telling the cops? I asked. He snorted. Already did. Tired of their crap. I sipped the coffee, rage simmering into resolve. These HOA clowns thought they could play God with petty power, but they just lit a fuse to their own downfall. By dawn, the local news was buzzing. Mysterious blaze levels judge's home. No HOA mention, yet. I holed up in a motel, laptop open, digging. I cut my teeth on RICO cases, sniffing out fraud like a bloodhound. Public records were a goldmine. HOA minutes, budgets, complaints buried deep. A whistleblower suit from 5 years back. Dismissed suspiciously, alleging fund misuse and targeting non-members. I filed to unseal it, judge's perk, and by afternoon, it was mine. Lena called from a burner. Prints matched Ted. Footage IDs Barb, same ugly brooch from her morning walk-by on another cam. Husband's lawyering up, screaming circumstantial. I chuckled darkly. Wait till they see this. I met her at the station with a binder thick as a phone book. Slush fund under landscaping, rerouted to fake fines, bogus lawyers, even a ghost PI firm. She whistled. How'd you snag this? Public request. They botched redaction, routing to Ted's shell corp. Her eyes widened. Fraud. Conspiracy. Cross-state emails? Federal. I left her salivating and hit City Hall. Councilwoman Reyes, an old courtroom ally, ushered me in. Heard about the fire. You okay? Peachy, I deadpanned. But sit. I unpacked the mess. Fines, arson, finances. Her face hardened at the shell company docs. This is mob level. State probe. Feds. Emergency session today. I pushed. I'll bring proof. You rally votes. The chamber packed quick. Neighbors clutching their own violation stacks, grumbling about towed cars and fence teardowns. I presented like a closing argument. Slides of emails, squeeze him out, lean if needed. Bank trails, fire cam stills. Silence fell heavy. Reyes stood. Motion to revoke HOA charter. Freeze assets. Ban retaliation. Unanimous. As I exited, the crowd milled handshakes, nods. Then, in the lot, Barb, cuffed, flanked by cops. Her cardigan sagged like deflated ego. She glared, then averted. I stared back. My house? But justice? Bulletproof. The arraignment was closed, but as witness, I front-rowed it. Barb and Ted in jumpsuits, her makeup-free face a mask of denial, him fidgeting like a kid caught shoplifting. Their hack lawyer scrolled desperately. Prosecutor Ana Ruiz laid it out. Arson, fraud, conspiracy, mail threats, embezzlement. Footage, prints, witnesses, they weaponized trust to terrorize. Judge denied bail. Ted wobbled. Barb gaped. Reporters swarmed outside. I slipped to Lena's car. More dirt, she said, tossing a file. HOA app logs, target lists, forced sales notes. Pages revealed systemic rot. Hike dues. Threaten foreclosure. A photo of Ted's shed. Fortress with deeds. Forgeries adding HOA clauses retroactively. Land grab, I muttered. Racketeering. We met Ruiz at Fed HQ. 6 victims sold cheap to Ted's trust. Money looped back. Her grin was feral. RICO time. Warrants. Seizures. Dawn raids hit like thunder. Agents storming homes. Office. A glorified shed. Safes cracked. $60K. Emergency fund. Burners. A ledger logging cash shakedowns. No receipts. Pure graft. Ruiz at presser. Pattern of coercion. Displacement. DOJ slapped receivership. I watched from shadows. Hammer dropping sweet. That night, community center overflowed. No HOA overlords. Just folks. Reyes, authority stripped. Judge Thorne, I stepped up. Lost my home. You lost sanity. But we reclaimed control. Questions flew. Our dues. Restitution coming. Dissolve it. Vote on it. Air lightened, no fear. Just future. Receiver team descended like auditors from hell. Sealing offices. Digging. Led. Victoria Kane. 270 violations. Fakes. Forgeries. Transfers. Dossier showed. Target list. Dissenters. Non-joiners. Reclaim by any means. Old guy stood. They hounded my son out over a shed. Priority comp, Kane assured. Council vote. 95% dissolution. Claps echoed, relief symphony. Later, Ruiz, upgraded charges, burner memo, torch if needed, blame wiring, not first arson, 2 priors reopened. Indicted Inspector 2, nabbed fleeing. Victims surfaced. Blackmail via hidden cams, cash payoffs. Culture of terror, power hoarded. I coordinated pro bono aid law students, anti-HOA attorneys swarming. Harlan dropped blueprints, original exemptions erased in refiled maps. Forgery added, DOJ piled on. Trial federal, I testified crisp. Verdicts. Barb, 28 years, arson to RICO. Ted, 33, no parole 20. Inspector. Closure, sweet. You're on. My lot, donated for Thorn Park, freedom blooms. No rules but respect. Opening day, planting, laughs, no clipboards. Peace unmandated. But tell me, was the HOA ever about community? Or just bullies in bylaws? Right or wrong? Who really lit the match?